In this video, I want to talk about signs that he is the one, or how to know if he is the one. Hello everybody, this is Katie. I'm a dating and relationship coach, and I help women attract and keep high quality men and have their dream relationship. If you're dating someone and you're starting to find yourself feeling confused and having mixed feelings about whether you should stay or leave the relationship, maybe on the one hand, he has great qualities, great personality, and ticks all the boxes, but then there's some other things about him that bother you, or maybe you're not that attracted to him, so you find yourself at war with yourself on whether to stay and appreciate him and not potentially miss out on a great relationship, or go and stop wasting your time, his time, and finally find someone who would be a better fit for you. Okay, so I want to share my process with you in hopes that it will help you, because I have certainly been there and I have experienced this myself. So now let's get into the video. I believe in order to really answer this question, if he is the one, or signs that he is the one, like how do you know if he's the one, you need to ask yourself 3 questions. Okay. Question number 1, you need to know who you are. So you need to ask yourself, who am I? And in order to answer this question, you need to spend time with yourself, by yourself, to figure out who you are. Okay, you need to spend time alone and know that, okay, this is what I like. This color is what I like. This outfit is what I like. This furniture is what I like. I like this kind of activities. Okay, you want to be by yourself when you do this without any distraction, so you know what pleases you. Okay, what naturally pleases you. And I'll tell you how these questions come into play later in assessing whether he is the one. Okay. Question number 2, who do you want to be in a relationship? I love this question. It just gives you a lot of clarity and direction on how you want to be in a relationship. Okay. And I think a lot of us fall into being a people pleaser in a relationship and focusing more on how you think you should be for the other person, or how to act so they are happy. And this is how we lose ourselves. This is how we all of a sudden realize, oh, we're not being ourselves anymore. We're not doing the things we used to do. We're not being who we want to be anymore. And that's how we become very, very unhappy in a relationship. And when a lot of women who are unhappy and they fall into this trap in a relationship do, is they end up blaming other people, blaming men for their unhappiness. I have definitely been there. Okay. So the last question you want to ask yourself is, who do I want to be in a relationship with? Who does he need to be? How do I want him to treat me? How do I want him to show up in the relationship? How do I want to feel around him? Okay, who does he need to be? That's really important to know. Now you have these 3 questions. Now we're going to use this to assess if your man is the man that's the one for you. Okay, so look at your current relationship with your guy. And you're going to ask yourself, am I being myself in the relationship? Okay, if your answer is no, if you're not being yourself, then don't go any further. Okay, you cannot assess if he's the one if you're not even showing up as yourself. Because think about it, who is he in a relationship with then if you are not there? If you're not being you, who is he in a relationship with? Certainly not you. So there's no, you can't even assess if he's the one, because he's not in a relationship with you. He's in a fake relationship. So don't go any further, because this relationship is built on a lie. So if this is you, if you're like, okay, I'm not even being myself in this relationship, we need to solve that first before you go any further. Right? You need to start showing up as yourself. You need to be yourself. Once you're being yourself in a relationship, now you see, okay, is he accepting of me? Okay, does he love me still? Is he still there for me? Is he still happy to be in a relationship with me? Okay, if he's not happy to be in a relationship with you, if he wants to leave the relationship, then you already have your answer to that question, right? He's clearly not the one because he doesn't accept you for you. Okay, but for you to even answer that question, you've got to be yourself first. Okay, there's just no point moving any further if you're not being yourself. All right, so the question number 2 is, are you being who you want to be in the relationship? If you find you are being yourself with him, but you find yourself doing things that you don't really like, you know, you're showing up in a way, you're acting kind of bitchy, you're acting, I don't know, just not the best, right? I was in a relationship before my husband where I found myself constantly angry, constantly unhappy, and I blamed him. It was all his fault, right? He was the one making me unhappy. He was the one that was making me act like a bitch, right? I didn't like the way I was showing up, but I was just blaming him. I just thought it was him, okay? If this is you, right? If you find yourself unhappy in your relationship and you blame him, don't go any further, okay? You are not ready to be with anybody, in my opinion, right? You are not ready to commit yourself for life with anyone if you're still blaming other people for your behavior. Okay, think about it. That's what little kids do. That's what like emotionally immature people do when they just blame everybody else for the way they're behaving. Right? It's everyone else's fault, not mine. That was where I was. Before I got married, I constantly blame my boyfriends. It's all their fault why I was a bitch, right? Not my fault. I never took any responsibility for my actions. So I stayed miserable, kept blaming them until I dumped them, right? So at the end. But it was because I was not ready to be with anybody, to be honest. And honestly, I got dumped by an ex because I was acting I was just half-assing it because I wasn't really sure about him. And, you know, good on him for dumping me because I wasn't really showing up the best way, right? He should have dumped me because I was still blaming him, right? I wasn't ready to be in a relationship. You have to be honest with yourself here. If you're not ready to take responsibility for your actions in a relationship and show up the way you want to show up, you're not ready to be with anyone, and you shouldn't even be asking the question if he's the one, because honestly, you're not the one, right? That's the question. That's the answer. You're not the one. Okay, so you need to answer the second question. Are you being who you want to be? Now, if you've answered the first two, you are being yourself and you are being who you want to be, then the third question becomes a whole lot easier to answer. But I want to show you a hack on how to properly answer this. All right, so who do you want to be in a relationship with? A lot of women overcomplicate this by their overthinking, over-justification, minimizing things, maximizing things, rationalization. Our brains will overcomplicate this process. So I want to make it really, really simple for you. I want you to close your eyes, put your hand here. I want you to visualize your man standing in front of you. And then you want to ask yourself, do I want to be with him? And you want to feel the answer. Does it feel like, yes, you want to be with him? Do you feel yourself leaning towards him, wanting him? You want to be with him? Or do you just feel like indifferent? You feel nothing. You feel like you want to move away from him. All right? You got to go off of how you feel. So the question you ask yourself is, do I feel like I want him? Do I want to be with him? Do I want to be with him? And you need to feel the yes If you don't feel that, if you feel indifferent, if you feel then that's a no. Okay, and it's important you feel the answer and you don't get into your head about it. The answer will be pretty clear if you follow how you feel. The answer will just come out of you. So that is my video for this week. I hope it has helped you. I know this was the process I went through and it was just crystal clear, right? As soon as I figured it out. So that's all from me, ladies. If you like this video, please like me. If you want to take this work to a deeper level and finally attract and keep high quality men and have the best relationship you have ever had, then just book a call with me down below and book a chat with me and we'll see about working together. All right, so that's all from me. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of this video, and I'll be back with more videos real soon. Bye.